This house smells strange. The odor is familiar, but I can't quite find the word. It sits heavy at the back of my tongue, ready to leap forward like a spider from its trap door. Yet it's stuck there, waiting through the moors of my mind. Oh well. I've only just moved in, an impromptu yet necessary move. I needed a change of pace. I needed the freedom. Growing up in the coastal southwest panhandle, I've only known flat roads and concrete homes. Nothing like the colonial offerings littering the hills and winding roads of the Northeast. It's beautiful here. True suburbia with city life a short train ride away. These were the homes I'd always seen in movies, the ones that change with the seasons. Unlike the endlessly predictable sunshine to rain cycles of my hometown, there were 4 distinct seasons here to paint each home in its aesthetic embrace. Halloween is orange, and Christmas is almost always white. From all the pictures I've seen, I'm sure I'll like it. Tonight marks my first night in this house, the first trial of my new life. I'd never lived alone before. I've always shared a home with my family or at least a bed with a partner. Living alone was brand new territory, especially in such a big house. To be honest, I can't believe the deal I got on this place. Too good to be true, but too good to pass up. With how anhedonic I'd been the last few months, the risk was worth the reward, I guess. I've never been much for taking risks, especially one so irresponsible, but I felt the yearn for change deep in my chest. I needed this. After a grueling 2-day drive up the interstate, I'd finally reached my destination. I barely slept at all. My body isn't made for sleeping in the car, and the deal I got for the house left me with no real money for room accommodations. To say I was exhausted was an understatement. Luckily, I've always been a minimalist, so it shouldn't take long to unpack. Taking a few minutes here to stretch my legs and get a good look at the place, I'm thinking no more than 3 trips to the car and I should have everything inside. No time like the present. First and foremost, I need to get the front door open. The landlord said I could find the keys in a lockbox near the front of the house. Thankfully, they provided me the combination in advance or I'd be stuck out here. 0, 3, 6, 9. Inside the patina brandished lockbox was a simple set of 2 keys. One for the deadbolt, one for the doorknob. 1 silver, 1 gold. Easy enough. I unlock the door and swing it open, leaving it ajar so I can easily get all my items inside. I start with the essentials, clothes and toiletries. After such a demanding trek, I know I'm going to need some self-care. I grab my bags and head inside. This house smells weird. The scent I can't summon the words. That's odd. I feel faint, fleeting. The smell isn't bad. It's not unpleasant. But it's present. Looming. I'll have to look into that. I shuffle my belongings into the bathroom. Thankfully, the door was already open so I could unload my overburdened hands. I take a moment to test the faucets, then wash my face. All seems good. The water gets nice and steamy and the bathroom seems recently renovated. I take notice of my reflection in the mirror. I look old. Older than I did 2 days ago, for sure. I'm technically young, but I look and feel so old. Years of trauma, sickness, and plentifully poor decisions wore themselves on my face like treads to snow. I notice blemishes and scars I don't quite recall having, but I'm not surprised to see them either. I have 2 more trips to go. Better get to it. Next, I should get my bed sheets and the rest of my clothes to my room upstairs. I step through the threshold in the bathroom and stop suddenly. For a split second, my awareness was gone. In the instance of an instance, I was a blank slate, then quickly recollected myself. Something was off. This was jarring, but I'd also barely slept more than 5 hours of the last 2 days, so I'm sure it's just exhaustion. I better hurry up and get everything inside so I can crash. Returning to the car, I can't help but have this lingering feeling. The subtle raise of the hairs on the back of my neck, the inner tingle at the base of my skull, and the feeling I maybe forgot something. Like I forgot to turn the stove off, but there's no stove here. Just a hot plate in the box and a microwave I've yet to plug in. I must have forgotten to take my medication this morning. Sometimes if I miss my SSRI, I get weird brain zaps and mind fog. Maybe that mixed with the exhaustion is pushing my system to the brink. Let's just muscle everything in quick. Maybe I'll skip my shower and get right to sleep. I rig the rest of my luggage to my body any way I can, then stack the last few boxes onto my folding hand truck. I feel the slight change of pressure in the atmosphere as the first few drops of rain start to settle in. All the more reason to finish up fast. With one last swoop, I rush into the front door, kicking it closed as I pass through. As I stroll past the door frame, I'm stalled by a lack of self and that smell again. What is that? It's... How do I even describe it? Earthy? Wet? Green? I can't put a word to it. It's not bad, it's not unpleasant, but it's there. So subtle it's loud. So stern it steals the room. I'll have to call the landlord and ask about it. It's beyond distracting. Now, where was I? That's right, shower then bed. I hadn't realized till I had already agreed to move in that the shower was downstairs while my bedroom was upstairs. I never had a master bedroom with a built-in shower before, but having the shower downstairs sure was a hassle. Oh well, I guess. Just the price of my newfound freedom. I head upstairs to my bedroom. The stairs were unsettling, to say the least. A relatively long staircase that ascended upward to a singular door. No light in the hallway. That's a bit more than spooky, but nothing I can't fix with a trip to the hardware store. The door was slightly ajar, so I was able to nudge my way through. As I crossed through the doorframe, that strange feeling in my skull revives itself. A blankness, then a reset. Something feels wrong, off, obtuse. Could it be the elevation? I'd always lived at sea level before moving here, and this is a slightly mountainous area. That's it. It must be the elevation mixed with my exhaustion. That smell, now a stench, must be my sinuses or allergies adjusting to the new climate. I get panicky when I'm sick, so this is probably nothing. I need to remember to take my medication when I go to shower. I'll place the bottle in my medicine cabinet for the mornings. I take the time to get my sheets out and make the bed. Thankfully, the landlord provided me a new, albeit small, mattress for me so I could get settled in easily. You were very kind, Miss Nicola? Miss Nicholas. I can't quite remember her name off the top of my head. Weird. I'm sure I've got the lease agreement somewhere. I'll check it out later. The ad online was simple yet effective. I contacted her within hours of her posting. She was very understanding of my position and need to leave, giving me an offer I just couldn't refuse. I'll have to thank her when I get the chance. I finished setting up the mattress and placing down my few creature comforts. If I'm going to sleep here, it needs to feel at least a little bit more like home. I've got the usual grab bag of goodies for someone like me, a laptop for entertainment, a bag with some drinks, ramen, etc. I also made sure to bring some weed to help me unwind. I'm excited to sit on the porch and enjoy the weather changes with a nice smoke. The neighbors aren't too close either, so the area feels decently private with the safety of suburbia. I will say the area is slightly disorienting for someone who grew up where every road was connected in a perfect grid. Here, the roads, houses, and neighborhoods are interwoven in complex ways. Neighborhoods inside neighborhoods are structured like Russian dolls. You can tell everything was expanded over time, little by little, instead of mass corporate development. It's inconvenient, but charming in its own way. As I finished setting everything up, I realized I left one crucial thing in the car. My phone. My only lifeline to the outside world till I established roots. All I had left were my parents, and they pleaded with me to let them know when I arrived safe. I don't even know how long I've been here yet. There are no clocks of any kind in this house. The sun had gone down just as I arrived, so even that wouldn't be a great indication. I'll head down to get it before my shower. I'll bring a pre-rolled J with me too so I can enjoy it while I'm already outside. Upon re-entering the living room, that feeling creeps its way into my skull once more. As if my brain is a pool of water and someone's fingers are disturbing its surface tension. I can feel each wriggle leaving me more nauseous than the last. Like something sacred is being stolen, but I can't tell what. This time it was accompanied by a headache right behind my left eye. The exhaustion is too much. I need to hurry up. In my mind, I say the joint can wait, but my hands are already to my lips, one blocking the paper from the drizzling rain while the other lights up. I shuffle hurriedly to the car, puffing carefully and holding it just right to shield the ember from the droplets falling around me. In my haste, I forgot to put on shoes, so I have to hobble carefully, avoiding the pebbles and rocks littering the driveway. Every other step induced a slight pain from particularly sharp pebbles, causing me to reorient over and over. I reach the door of my car, and before I can open it, I can't help but notice the lack of stars. I knew the Northeast had light pollution, but this sky seemed vacant, starving. The atmosphere was immensely black, darker than I'd ever seen with nary a star in sight. Even with rain clouds, it couldn't possibly be this empty. The only light surrounding me was the light off my porch and the pale glow cast from the moon. The moment was mesmerizing and unnerving. I grab my phone, extinguish my joint, and head inside. This house smells. Smells. What? Like what? Why is this scent so peculiar? So elusive? Is it from the rain? Is it the difference in soil here? Maybe the house has mold I can't see and the landlord didn't mention it. That settles it. I'll take care of it first thing in the morning. For now, I'll finally shower and go to sleep. I feel like I'm leaving my body. The exhaustion is eating me alive. I stumble back to the bathroom, taking a loose glance at my phone to send a reassuring text to my mom. I barely register what's on the screen. My bleary eyes hardly ascertain more than a messenger bubble, so I sloppily send a speech-to-text letting her know I'm okay. After I hit send, I lazily plug my phone in, chuck it on top of my backpack, then head into the bathroom. This is when I really saw it. Something sinister. Not only did that feeling return, the squirming of my nerves, the groping of my psyche, but I was actively losing time. When I came to, I was already undressed and washing my hair. What the fuck was happening to me? Could I really be that tired? Did I forget to take my meds again? Or did I take too much and forget? Was something wrong with my weed? All these questions frenzied in my mind, a furious panic setting upon me. The water was ice cold. I had only just started. It should still be plenty hot, the landlord assured me of it. New water heater and all. What gives? Frustrated, I rinsed the rest of the shampoo from my hair, drew the curtain, and left the shower. Even though the water had run cold, there was steam on the mirror I couldn't wipe away, like it had bloomed between the panes of glass. I noticed my hands were much more pruned than ever before, wrinkled as if they'd seen a lifetime and a half. I stumbled to get dressed, tumbling over slightly as my wet feet snag on the inseam of my sweatpants. I opened the door and hurry into the living room so I can. What the hell? This moment hits me like a freight train. Dumbfounded. I don't remember why I came out here. I know I just finished showering. I know I need to get to bed. And that fucking smell! It's louder now. Taking space I don't want to give it. My nerves are shot, like something urgent just happened. My body remembers it, but I can't. What the hell was it? Maybe I should call my mom. I know it's late and I'm exhausted, but I feel better at least trying to talk to somebody safe. I walk over to my phone, laying atop my backpack on the floor by an outlet. Thankfully, I remembered to charge it before my shower, my last line to safety. Unlocking it, however, belies a terrible discovery. Seemingly endless notifications from my mom. All frantic, each more panicked than the last. At first I thought, it's been like 2 days since I left home, why is she freaking out? Then it hits me. The date. The time. It hadn't been 2 days since I left home. It's been 9 whole days. 1 full week since I was supposed to arrive. I must have been dreaming. Of course I am! I just got here! This is either a dream or a fucked up glitch. There's just no way. I try to call my mom, but I can't get any calls outward. The message I tried to send never went through. It says I tried to send it 6 days ago. This doesn't make any sense! I'm getting everything she sent me, so why can't I make any outgoing calls or messages? Why isn't the timing matching up? This is fucking crazy. 9 goddamn days. How? In a panicked, haunting confusion, I run upstairs. That staircase, longer than it was before, with the door ajar just as it was when I arrived. It should be wide open like I'd left it. The adrenaline sends me up the stairs faster than my failing body could muster. Between the mental and physical exhaustion, I was moments to collapse. I burst through the doorway without a thought to the invasive feeling plaguing my cranium. I fall to the bed and let my consciousness fade. With each inhale, a panic sets in, and with each exhale, another piece of my memory. My mind falls away. What's doing this? How the fuck is this happening to me? I just needed to be alone. Be myself. And now I'm slipping away. Helpless to stop it. Had I been awake this whole time? Had I really lost 9 days without so much more than a smell to clue me in? I had nothing left. No answers. Barely even a heartbeat. All I could do was close my eyes and let the exhaustion take me, hoping there's something left when I wake up.
A man was found inside a local residence after being reported missing for 12 days. Initial attempts by relatives to contact the individual were unsuccessful. Police originally chalked it up to an early midlife crisis, but finally, after 12 days, local officers were sent to the residence where he was supposed to have just moved in. The house in question had been foreclosed and abandoned for well over 3 years before this gentleman arrived. Any and all attempts to identify the quote-unquote landlord have all been dead ends. No names, no phone numbers, and the alleged lease agreement has yet to be found. Upon entering the home, officers described finding an emaciated man covered in his own filth, walking aimlessly in circles around his living room. One officer stated the resident would only say one word, smell, and refused to elaborate further. The officers noticed the only smells present were of the man and his own filth. Multiple officers had to restrain the individual to bring him to the hospital for treatment. According to one officer on the scene, the man had an animalistic aversion to doorways, likening him to an abandoned dog fighting away the responders trying to transport him to the hospital, screaming and kicking with what little might he had left. The individual's mother said he was a perfectly healthy 35-year-old man before he left for his new home 12 days ago, and as of now, there is no new information as to what caused his seemingly rapid decline. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim, the mother, and the rest of their family at this troubling time.